don't want no beat. Y'all listen to me.
Solid.
All right. Yeah, I mean, fuck it. Yeah.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
Check it. H&E, 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 H&E. Humbly educating hood niggas, ENT. Have no excuses, first three letters in Hennessy. Basically, everything we needed to be. Hungry niggas eating, feasting like we starving. Go apes for the papes, reverse the thoughts of Darwin. I grew up, evolved, lessen the crimes involved in. I can't lead a rap game alone until my name is carved in. My whip appeal enticing, my whipping skills are trifling. A whole nother license for this Bentley. Brightland, I'm the thunder mixed with lightning, frightening. Rayman minus the hyphen, I'm the result of if a god made a baby with a titan.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Bring the mic up. I'm sorry. This one? Okay. They know. Okay, we all out. Now I can hear. I couldn't hear before. I didn't hear the clap. You know I go by the clap. Welcome to Sunset Soul Radio Show, everyone. I'm your host, Love Dawn. I have with me my co-host, Miss Lisha G.
Hey.
And the Bishop. Y'all know the Bishop by now. This is his third official co-host show, right?
Wow.
Third official co-host. He's been here several times before, but this is this is number 3 on the books. My guest today is Miss Rachel Dawson. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yes, that's fine.
No, tell me what I'm saying. What is how
You said Dawson.
What I'm supposed to say?
Dawson. So Dole like the pineapple company.
Dole.
Scene like I seen you. Dole scene.
So I said it right for real?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you was like patronizing. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, you said it. And Mr. Pierre Dawson, her husband.
How you doing?
Thank y'all both so much for being here. They are here to speak about the up-and-coming event, the Mothers and Sons Summit. I keep getting ready to say Mothers with Sons.
I know, originally it was that, but then it got changed. So,
okay. So it's Mothers and Sons Summit. I don't see the live on here.
I don't see the live either.
I do.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
So let me go back and come back on it because they're going to make me feel crazy. Let me say, when I first spoke to Miss Rachel, first of all, let's go back about how, really, this is the reason why we say cut off this volume. He did it anyway.
He just looking at it. He didn't even.
Like,
who is that? That's you?
No. So I am friends with someone on Facebook, and they put up a post of tag bloggers or. Well, you put up a post of tag bloggers or vloggers. Now, mind you, I didn't really know what a vlogger was. So one of our mutual friends tagged me in it. And let me be clear, usually stuff like, I don't even, you know how you see stuff on Facebook and you just kind of just look past it? Because first of all, I'm unfamiliar with the term vlogger. And I didn't know who Rachel was. So I'm just like, okay. This went on and my friend tagged me. And then I actually took that as an opportunity to just push Sunset Soul. I'm like, well, at least, she looking for somebody, so maybe I can just kind of push Sunset Soul out there. But I never knew that this would be an awesome person to connect with and how much of she just was a really good person. And it was kind of by, not accident, because it was intentionally, divine for us to meet. But just for me, I know how I am. I don't do well with meet and greet or introduction. And my friends will tell you, it's like my friends have been my friends for a long time. It takes a minute to really, get in there. But everything was very easy, even down to the meet and the swapping of the books, because, people don't support. They push their thing, but they don't want to support you. So that showed me her personality right away. And needless to say, the event alone, and, I was telling you about the event before we even officially was supposed to start pushing the event. Yeah, I shared the event on my page. I'm like, well, I don't know what I can do, but I couldn't do but so much on the station. But I really thought it was an awesome event, and I wanted to be a part of it some way, somehow, however I can get in. I told her, my words to you are, I don't, just tell me what you want me to do. Like that's just what it is. Yeah. So because I have 2 sons, and I know how much I'm a single mother. Now, in the terms, because we had a show about that. Can I say single mother? Because y'all say if they help, and I'm not supposed to say single mother.
Are you single?
I am single.
Are you a mother?
And I'm a mother.
Then you're single.
All right. I had to be specific on Sunset Soul because they go to war with stuff like this, But I know that there are small things, and it's not that my sons don't have access to their father, because they do, but there are things that, subtle things, even like what you're pushing right now with the tie thing, get everybody to buy ties so that the boys can learn how to tie a tie. By me not tying ties, I don't think about if they know or don't know how to tie a tie. I know that it's important, and I could probably say, hey, can you teach your sons how to tie a tie?
Right.
But the thought wouldn't come to me to ask until they brought it up to me.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? They don't know how to tie a tie, so let me share this too and put yourself there and get some ties, because I don't know how to do this. So I'm just saying that to say it's an amazing thing that you're doing. And before, it's not just about the boys, it's mothers and sons, and it's about the relationship. Building a better communication with your son, understanding your son, and so forth and so forth. And I was like, okay, I can actually take part in all of this. So I went on the website that she has, www. I'm going to spell it, COMPASSCTS.com. Is that a word? Am I supposed to say that?
CTS.com.
So it's just CompassCTS.
.com.
I just spell it every week.
Oh, that's
because
fine.
I didn't know exactly how I was supposed to say it. But I went on there, and there are several workshops and things that you can sign up for so that you can build or, gain a better relationship and communication with your son, and things that they work on separately. Is it something that the boys do alone?
Yes.
And some things the moms do alone?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm saying that to say, she was supposed to be introducing it, but I'm excited. So, so let me introduce y'all officially to Miss Rachel Dawson, who is in charge of, head of, organizer of Mother and Son Summit.
Thank you. I am excited to be here. This is exciting. So I'll give you a little bit of background on how this came about. So last April, I published my first book, which is Conversations with My Son, which I brought to show you. I only have this copy left. I'm restocking, so sorry, I couldn't leave a copy with y'all. I did give her a copy.
I have a copy for you.
Okay. So I wrote a book, Conversations with My Son, and what it really was about is my motherhood journey. And I want to say this. It always sounds bad in my head when I say it, but I want to say it. So being a mother was never a priority for me on my list of things to do. I want to have a career, and getting married and having a son was at the bottom of the list. However, it ended up being, got married, I had a son, other way around. And so what happened was I struggled a lot when I had my son. People like when you have a baby, you just warm, fuzzy feeling. No, that wasn't my case. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this wrinkly looking thing? So I struggled a lot, and I spent the first couple of years feeling really inadequate, like I wasn't going to be a good mom. I suffered from depression and anxiety. So in my head, I was never good. I was never, I'm always stressed out, and what if he becomes, just all the stuff that happens when you have a mental illness. So when he was about maybe 4 or 5, I started documenting conversations I would have with him on Facebook. It's been years I've been kind of doing this. And several times people are like, oh my goodness, you guys are so funny, you should write a book. And I'm like, I'm not writing a book about this. But how many years later, Julius, I wrote this when he was 12, 11, going to be 12. And so it's a collection of stories since he was in preschool that we've had around various different topics. Each chapter is a different topic. But it kind of chronicles my growth as a mother, and that literally my son saved my life. And that God knew that giving me a son first before a career was what I needed to find balance. It was what I needed to find myself. And it was what I needed for the first time. I'm sure my husband loves me unconditionally, but there's a different love that a boy has for his mother that is it's amazing. And so I think that God in his infinite wisdom knew that I needed that love to heal. Didn't have it from my dad, didn't have it from my mom. And so I think that this little boy really did that for me and allowed me to live. I struggled with being suicidal when I was young. And so I think that all this, him being a part of our life, and these conversations we would have that were so inspirational and funny and deep, and left me tongue-tied some of the times, was really what I needed in order to come into the fullness of being a mom. And so wrote the book, started doing these sip and chats. I would meet with moms just to chat about raising sons, We talked about different topics, and I realized that I wasn't the only one. That there are all these moms who are raising sons who are little silos just floating around, and I have the answer for Lakeisha. Lakeisha has the answer for this mom, but we're all disjointed. And so that's how the summit idea came about. It was one that as moms, a lot of times do our sons an injustice in the way we raise them. That's number one. Number two, as mothers, we don't have, mothering is a skill. I don't care what anybody says. It's a skill. It's a skill you have to develop. It's a skill you have to nurture. It's a skill that you have to learn how to do. And so as a mom, what I realized was that we don't have the skills in order to raise boys. And those are skills that we have to learn. And then sons, because we don't have the skills, we are not equipping our sons with the skills they need to be fathers and to be husbands. A mother cannot be a father. A mother cannot be both. I know it's a controversial topic. Mother's Day is coming. Father's Day is coming. They can't. A mom is a mom and a father is a father. Mom can't be both. Period. And so we do our sons a lot of injustice when we pretend that we can be both, and we fail them miserably. And so I've learned, I have my role as a mom. He has his role as his dad. And we're distinctively different. I've learned to stay in my lane as a mother, because there's an extent to which I'll protect my child fearlessly, don't get me wrong. However, there are conversations that a man has to have with a boy that only a man can have. A certain way they talk. There's just a certain way a man can do that a mother just can't. It's just when that voice gets deep, you know. So that's how this Mothers and Sons Summit came about. It was kind of so it's a full day. It's from 9 to 5. It is packed, like the agenda is nonstop.
It is definitely there.
It's packed. We have over 22 workshops. There's workshops just for moms, just for sons, so they'll be spent part of the day separately. And then there are workshops that they do together. So we have conflict resolution, we have some trust building, and communication workshops they're doing together. So all 200, it'll be 100 moms, 100 sons. All 200 will be together in the same spot for these mega kind of team building. So conflict resolution's one, communication's another, and building trust is a third. And then they have breakout sessions, and they get to pick. Breakout sessions, we'll have lunch, we'll have breakfast and lunch, giveaway bags, we'll have vendors.
She'll have a raffle.
We'll have raffles.
I saw the photo shoot too.
Yes, the photo shoot.
And then
and that was
my favorite photographer, she is going to come and she is going to do photo shoot, mini shoots with moms and sons at the events, and then they can get the photos. She'll send it to them to do whatever they like with it. So I'm excited about it, extremely excited. It's free also, by the way. It is absolutely free. Wow. Yes, I know. It's
that's very rare.
Very rare.
Yes, it is absolutely free, and I've gotten some. Is it time to?
No, it's 2 minutes. I just want you to make sure to tell them where it is before we go to commercial break and how they would.
It's at 4th Worthington Elementary Middle School, 2710 East Hoffman Street, and that's in Baltimore. I heard that's the east side. Okay, because I don't know east and west.
I'm just saying it because you said east. I have no idea where it is.
So if it's not the east side, I'm sorry, west side. Sorry, east side. It's on some side of Baltimore. And so it's 4th Worthington Elementary Middle School, February 17th. It's a Saturday, 9 to 5. The snow date's the 24th, but I've already prayed, and the weather will be fabulous.
Absolutely.
On that day. And it's free, so bring it. There's still spots. You have to register. We're not going to take walk-ins.
What's the website again?
It's www. So there's 3 W's and a dot. Compass, COMPASSCTS.com. So moms have to register, and sons ages 10 through 21 also have to register, and go fast because we are more than halfway full.
Really?
So yes.
Right, because you know everybody usually waits till the last minute. I'm in there. I'm in there.
You are in there. Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm not.
I don't know anybody else, but I'm in there.
Listen, y'all, we definitely need to support this, and I'm hoping that she has over 100, even though I know you can't get in. I just want to be able to say that we have 100 people there. Thank y'all so much. For those who are watching, if you can share this so that other people can chime in on the conversation. And Miss Rachel and Mr. Pierre is going to stay with us till a little bit later, and we're going to get into this week's topic. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. First commercial break.
Check out this snippet from the new season of Talk Lately with Monty when he rants about his staff.
I agree. Can you come on? I told you stop touching that button. Why is it so loud? God. Did you turn one all the way up again? Do I have to come in there? God damn her. If it was going right, I would let you do your part, but I'm sorry, but it's just not functioning the way it's supposed to be.
You're live on the air.
I told you mind your business.
Well, Monty, if I can comment on the Jennifer Holiday situation, I know
I'm live on the air. I'm sorry, 1 second.
Okay.
I know I'm live on the air. This is why this whole show is called Talk Lately. Anyway, let's get back to every Tuesday at 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com. He's dead.
Oh, 6 years after he passed away.
It states she reportedly had heard rumors, but nothing substantial. But then you put the rumors to
while
death.
They were still married.
You sentenced the rumors to death.
While they still were married, she heard rumors.
Right.
Okay.
Probably all her life she's heard rumors. Like, you're dating, you're dating your dad, right? I look just alike. I'm like, girl, somebody told me you dating your father. You know, that's what kind of thing. You know he gay, right, Percy?
Please, why are you laughing at him? Don't laugh at him. Please don't.
Okay, let me continue with the story.
Oh,
man. Even today, it's still funny. Oh my gosh, if you haven't heard this show, it's Talk Lately, and it's only on BeExposedRadio.com every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and on YouTube. Just go to Be Exposed Radio.
Be Exposed Radio. You are tuned in to BeExposedRadio.com.
Yourself.
Yes.
Fall in love with yourself.
Yes.
First.
Yes.
Until you are comfortable being alone.
Yes.
You will never be comfortable with somebody else.
But it hurts. Being alone, it hurts.
Extremely powerful.
But it's real. It's real.
It's a reality.
Like, you have to be able to look in the mirror and be comfortable in silence.
Yeah.
You have
to be comfortable with your own thoughts, your own feeling. You have to be able to get in the shower and rub your body and be proud of what you have, regardless of if you're perfect, if you're not.
It's
just
you.
be comfortable with who you are.
Hey.
You know, I used to be uncomfortable with my big ass forehead. I tell people
she
all
does
the
not
time,
have a big forehead.
I do have a big forehead. But my father took me to go see Sade, and he bought me a bunch of Iman magazines. And
Salacious Life Radio Show. Be Exposed Radio.
Let me do that.
There's certain things for everybody.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean?
There's a time and a place for everything. Maybe if I'm sitting down reading a book, and then I'm like, all right, cool. Let me throw this Lupe on, get this real lyrical going on, and maybe I see a whole nother side of something. But if I'm sitting down with a bottle, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. Like, you might turn on the right Lupe song, you feel me? And because I'm drunk, I'm going to get lit for it. Right. But, yeah, for the most part.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Shepsworth Bentley. And make sure you guys check out Homegrown Radio every Sunday, 7 to 8 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com. It's new, fresh, Baltimore radio.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out. And
exactly.
Just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue. And she wants to be this stylist, boutique but you're not doing anything in that nature, and I can't take you seriously if you're not doing those things. And I understood why people didn't take me seriously, because I found myself in somebody else's lane. I was good at what I was doing and what I wanted to be, but I wasn't doing it for me. So how can I ask you to take me seriously if I'm living in somebody else's shoes?
And nobody can do what you do, and I think that that's a big problem that people face now. Like, you see what somebody else is doing and you want to do that when that's not your lane.
That's not your lane.
That's not what you're supposed to be doing.
But it's popular, it's getting that person money, it's getting that person applause. Oh, I want applause. I want money. Let me stand over here behind them.
And then a lot of times people aren't honest with themselves either. Like, I was thinking earlier today, I've been woke for almost 2 days, so so you get honesty, and I was thinking, like,
The Artist Exchange Radio Show.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Now we're supposed to
Before the commercial break, we were talking about the wonderful event, Mothers and Sons, that is coming up on this February the 17th, 2018, a Saturday. So hopefully no one is at work. Between the hours of 9 and 5. Miss Rachel was here giving us all the information about the different workshops and things like that is available. But we had some questions about the for moms. Well, we didn't. The bishop had some questions for mom and dad about basically roles in the home, and at what point, what was your question up to her?
Well, my first question was, you're so enlightened about the position of wife, mom, and everything in the son's life. My first question is, who enlightened you to those things, and how do you implement those things? Such as when it is your time to back up and allow the husband to step up and do his job, or do you now, because you're enlightened, do you still try to do those things that you are now educated about that a man or the husband or the father should be doing?
So I answered the first question first. So I didn't, there's really no one who taught me this. I am pretty intuitive, and I'm really good at self-assessing. I don't like to lose, and so when I feel like I've done something wrong, the first thing I do is analyze. I have a strategic mind. So everything in my life that I do, immediately that's what I go to is, okay, you made this move, back up.
Right.
What if? So that's kind of how I look at it. I know it sounds like really cold and whatever, but that's how my mind works. And so I knew before I had a son what type of mother I didn't want to be, because I didn't grow up in a perfect home with two parents, and so I knew the type of stuff growing up that I experienced that I didn't want. I also knew very close to my brothers, I have 3 of them, I saw them die inside slowly. Every single time they were talked down to, every single time they were yelled at, every single time they were made to feel small. They never said, "You made me feel small," but because we were so close, I literally saw it. Their head hung a lot. I tell my son now, he's not allowed to, there's no reason for you to hang your head, even when we correct him. Hold your head up.
Hold your head up. Don't slouch.
Hold your head up.
Well, for your head to go down, your back has to slouch. So back straight.
Right.
And then your head up.
Even when you mess up, hold your head up. There's no reason for you. It's a part of life. You got we laid into you. Hold your head up. There's no hanging down the head. You're smart. You're kind. You're da da da. So part of my learning was I saw growing up what I didn't want. I also I never knew what my brothers felt, but I could see it in them. I could see it in them. Just kind of how they responded to certain things. And so for me, which is why having kids was at the bottom of the list, because I'm like, I can't see myself doing this. So for me, it was more of that. I'm able to step back. So that's how I kind of learned. Was really, I know it sounds silly to say self-taught, but that's really how I learned, was just kind of, I had an adopted mom, so sometimes I would throw things at her and say, well, what do you think this is what I'm going to do? And we can kind of talk through those types of stuff, so that helped. The second part of your question was with Pierre and kind of staying in my lane and knowing as a mom kind of what my role is. And so we've been together for 18 years. We've been married for this month will be 15 years that we're married.
Wrong answer. He said, I don't know. I don't know. She's on the road, brother. She's going to talk you through this right now.
I have to do the math.
So in about 2 or 3 weeks, we'll be married for 15 years.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. So, it's something that you learn to do when you're with someone who you both understand that you are not on separate teams. You're going in the same direction. You may be taking different cars. You may be going at different speeds, but at the end of the day, your destination is the same.
Yes. Wow, that's awesome.
And so, but that takes time.
Right.
To kind of develop that. And so, because we understand that, and we understand we don't have to agree on everything, we don't have to see the same. We're not the same people. We are on two ends of the spectrum, personality-wise, P9.
Right.
However, we are determined to raise a son that wins.
Amen.
And so when you're determined to raise a son that wins, you look at it like a strategy, like anything else. If I'm going to raise a son that wins, what are some decisions we need to make? That means where do we live? We kind of struck out with that, but